Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Pandera and exploring how to rigorously validate Pandas and Polars data frames. We've been building a pretty comprehensive picture of the modern Python tooling ecosystem, and today we're extending that philosophy to massive tables. By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly how validating millions of rows differs from checking single objects, and how Pandera fits perfectly into a modern data pipeline. We've got a packed agenda today. First, the tabular data problem. Then, introducing Pandera schemas, followed by custom column checks. After that, statistical validation and drift, and finally, automated pipeline integration. Let's jump right in. Section 1, the tabular data problem. Now, if you use tools like Pydantic, you know they are absolutely brilliant at validating single JSON payloads field by field. But Pandas handles entirely different beasts. A data frame is a complete table with potentially millions of rows. Validating an entire dataset of that magnitude requires a fundamentally different paradigm than just checking if a single field happens to be an integer. It's a whole different ballgame. And that's because when you're dealing with millions of rows, real-world data hides some incredibly subtle, dangerous errors. We aren't just talking about missing values here. Pandas can handle that out of the box. We're talking about logical nightmares. Picture a product price column that is suddenly filled with negative numbers, or historical records containing dates from the year 2050, or maybe a completely unexpected new category that just crashes your downstream systems. Your standard missing value checks, they simply won't catch these monsters hiding in plain sight. Section 2, introducing Pandera schemas. So enter the Pandera schema. Think of this as your definitive data blueprint. When you use Pandera, you define a strict schema that specifies exactly the columns your data frame absolutely must contain, along with their data types. But the real kicker here is that it adds constraints. Much like Pydantic, you can definitively declare that a price column must be greater than 0. It essentially becomes the ultimate gatekeeper for your pipeline. Here is how this actually works in practice. First, you define the schema. Second, you pass your data frame right through schema.validate. And third, you catch the errors. But here is the magic. Pandera doesn't just throw a generic, unhelpful failure. It raises a highly detailed schema error that pinpoints the exact needle in the haystack. You see exactly which specific row failed among those millions, and precisely why it failed. And best of all, if you're on the cutting edge of Python data processing, you might actually be using Polars instead of Pandas. Well, Pandera integrates seamlessly there too. You might think you have to sacrifice strict validation to get Polars' blistering speed, but actually, no way. Pandera uses the exact same schema approach for both, meaning you never have to choose between incredible performance and rigorous validation. Section 3, custom column checks. Just like custom validators for single objects, Pandera lets you write totally custom check functions targeted at specific columns. This is huge because it means you can enforce essentially any arbitrary business rule. If your company dictates that a discount percentage must always fall between 0 and 100, you just write a custom check for it. Pandera will scan the entire column and instantly catch any outliers violating your core business logic. Section 4, statistical validation and drift. But what happens when your data types are perfectly correct, but the underlying mathematical patterns begin to shift? That brings us to statistical validation. Way beyond checking isolated rows, Pandera can actually validate statistical properties across an entire column. So for example, you can verify that a column's mean value falls right within an expected mathematical range. You're no longer just inspecting individual trees, you're validating the health of the entire forest. And this statistical validation solves one of the absolute hardest problems in data engineering: detecting subtle data drift. Drift happens when your incoming data's statistical distribution gradually, almost invisibly, shifts over time. Maybe a physical sensor is degrading out in the field, or user behavior is changing on your site. The data types are technically correct, sure, but the reality they represent has shifted. Pandera catches this drift before it silently infects your systems. Catching that drift is absolutely critical for machine learning. Models like XGBoost expect your input data to be structurally and statistically consistent. By validating your training data with Pandera, you guarantee you aren't accidentally training models on subtly corrupted information. Drifting data is a notorious silent killer of real-world model performance, and Pandera acts as an essential automated shield. Section 5, automated pipeline integration. Let's look at a real-world scenario. Imagine a data engineering team at a company like Uplatz. They run an automated pipeline that scrapes course enrollment data from all sorts of external sources. Before they let that raw, unpredictable data into their pristine production database,
They place Pandera right in the middle. They scrape the data, validate the resulting data frame against their strict schema to catch anomalies, and only then do they load it.
By integrating validation directly into that automated pipeline, problematic data gets stopped right at the door. Instead of quietly corrupting the database, a Pandera failure automatically triggers a genuine system alert, perhaps pinging a background tool like Celery to immediately notify the engineering team. This stops localized minor anomalies from snowballing into catastrophic downstream system failures.
So, to summarize your key takeaways for today, number 1, make sure you use Pandera to validate entire Pandas or Polars data frames, taking you beyond basic object validation. Number 2, utilize custom column checks to rigorously enforce your specific business rules at scale. And number 3, integrate this validation early into your automated pipelines, well before feeding data into a database or a sensitive machine learning model. Catch those errors early.
Well, we've officially mastered data validation today, ensuring our tables are structurally and statistically sound. But this actually leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. Once we know our massive data sets and our machine learning models are mathematically valid, how on earth do we keep track of their changes over time? I mean, how do you effectively version control gigabytes of tabular data? That is exactly the frontier we'll be tackling in our next explainer. Thanks for hanging out and learning with us today.